Hello, this is Connie Berry Forest. Today I got an inspiration to make a video because watched some videos on people talking about their confessions on being, not so basically anti-goth confessions. Well, I'll make mine. For one, I have never been to a gothic nightclub in my life. I'm 26 years old, and I live in a very anti-gothic state. I mean, like, anything goth doesn't last here for very long. I mean, the only thing they consider really that goth here in Nebraska is, like, Hot Topics, which is super lame. Freaking, okay, another confession. I've never dated a gothic man. I so badly want a really handsome, strikingly gorgeous gothic man. I've wanted that since the age of 13. That's what got me started on the goth subculture. 'Cause it's seduction. Yeah, baby. But also, I think it would be super awesome if I dated a man that was more than just simply goth. If he was a vampire with a rockin' hot, sexy body and a nice butt, some good abs, and to have piercings and tattoos. Wanted to be a cat person like me. Also want my man to be highly intellectual. I love that. I want him to have a sense of humor, and I want him to be in touch with his inner child, but at the same time have a mature side where he could be mature when it's necessary, but he doesn't take things too serious, where he's able to have fun and be crazy and wild like me. I want him to have a good heart. I want him to be sweet. Don't want him to be a jerk. I don't like men that are jerks. You know what I mean? There are good men out there, yes. I just haven't found the right one for me yet. Okay, back to the conversation about anti-goth confessions. I listen to whatever I like, okay? So even if it's not considerably goth, I'll listen to it. I'm a fan of Evanescence at big time, and I've heard people say that's not really gothic, but I'm a hardcore Evanescence fan. Even though I've only been to one Evanescence concert in my life, which I was really, really, really psyched for it. I was so psyched up. I was like, this is so awesome that I got to go to an Evanescence concert. I really loved it. What other anti-goth confessions do I have? I don't always dress the part. I don't always wear makeup. I only wear makeup when I'm really in the mood to wear it. You see, it's more of a self-expression for me. If I wear a lot of dark makeup, that means I'm in a very dark, gloomy mood, usually. When I'm in my darker moods, that's when I really goth myself up. But if I'm just in the natural, I want you to look at my face and see what it really looks like, then I won't really put any makeup on at all. Most of the time, I really don't wear makeup. So it's a common misperception to think that if you're goth, you always have to dress the part and you always have to wear the makeup. I think it's much deeper than what you wear or the music you listen to or the makeup basically everything, that's considerably goth. Yeah, I like cemeteries. I like horror movies, especially zombie movies. I like ghost stories, and I like the supernatural. But I'm going to go back to the anti-goth confessions of mine. Let's see, when I was a little girl in a play where I got to play a princess, and I was so happy about that as a little kid. I still feel real psyched about that because I love acting. Even if I don't have any lines or say anything, that's another confession of mine. I want to be an actress. Is that really an anti-goth confession? I mean, I'm sure I can probably get into a movie where I can play very gothic characters. I would like to play a character that's just totally insane because that suits me. Or I'd like to be a villain. Even though I'm not really a villain, if you ask me. I'm too sweet to be an actual villain. Yeah, I have a temperament, and I can be ill-tempered and hot-headed, like an Aries typically is. I also have Scottish in my blood, German, and Irish, mostly. So, of course, I'm supposed to be a little ill-tempered and hot-headed, and I'm supposed to be extremely ornery. Okay, back to the anti-goth confessions. Another one is I'm extremely hyper at times, and I don't shut up, and I'd like to talk a lot sometimes. I think that I've heard a lot of goths say that if you're like that, you're not really goth or some shit like that, but I think you could be hyper and happy and excited too, and still be goth, so what big freaking deal. You know what I'm saying? Right. Okay. Another one of my confessions is I like the song Nights in White Satin by Moody Blues. Every time I hear that song, I have to, like, have total dead silence. No one talking, I have to listen to that song. I really enjoy Nights in White Satin by Moody Blues. I think it's the best love song ever. That's a totally awesome, beautiful song. I really love it because I'm a romantic by heart. I don't know if that's an anti-goth confession, but there are some goths that are deeply romantic. And that also goes with my another confession. I'm hopeless romantic. I don't have luck when it comes to men. I never do. If I like a man, it just goes totally sour and doesn't go anywhere. It'd be nice if I can seriously like a man and he like me back. Feel the same way that I feel for him. That every time that I've ever liked a man, it always goes sour. Never works out. It's like I'm not good in the whole romance department, but I am deeply romantic. I just, well, and I guess kind of my idea of romantic would be to make out in a cemetery late at night. Also, I'd like to have sexual intercourse in a cemetery. I know that sounds very morbid. I'd ask for permission first from the dead. Be like, do you want me to have sex on your grave? At least I asked. And if they respond back and say yes, have sex on my grave. That would probably be more likely either a man saying, yeah, you can have sex on my grave, or a lesbian or bisexual female's grave. I'm naughty. Let's see, what other confessions do I have to make? I really don't shave my eyebrows off. I sometimes get them waxed, but I don't know how to draw eyebrows, so that would be the wrong way for me to go. You know, there's some goths that like to shave their eyebrows off and draw them on, and I can't draw a straight line, so I wouldn't be able to do that properly. It would just look fucked up and retarded. And I don't mean retarded as in, you know, special ed retarded. I mean more of a just stupid, wouldn't look right. It would just be totally ridiculous on my part if I tried to draw an eyebrow. Also, another anti-goth confession, ungoth confession, is that I am obsessed with Harry Potter. Oh, another one is I was a Martian child before I became goth. Oh, let's see. What other non-gothic confessions do I have to make? Shoot, I'm trying to think about this one. Oh, I like stuffed animals, like anything cute. I guess that would probably classify as it, but then I think bats are totally cute. Especially baby ones. They're so adorable. What else do I think is another anti or un-goth confession? I'm really trying to think about that one. See, I don't I don't paint my face white. I probably don't need to because I'm so damn stinking pale that my friend Jen pointed this out to me that I would benefit from darkening my face a little bit, but I don't want to. I want to keep to my natural paleness or make myself paler. If I was the fairest in the land, I'd be happy. Even though when I was a kid I used to take Ritalin and that made me extremely pale. Like as pale as a ghost. White as a ghost. I shit you not. To the point it made my aunts worry. You know, like my mom's sisters would worry about it and my dad's sisters would worry about it. So, yeah. But as far as things go, as far as the whole anti-goth confession thing goes, I'm trying to think real hard on that one. What else do I do that I know isn't goth by nature? I get really spontaneous sometimes, and if I feel like dancing, I'm gonna dance. I don't care where I'm at, even if it's in Walmart or in the damn elevator. I'm gonna dance my ass off if I get happy feet, as I would put it, where my feet just constantly feel like moving. Well, then I get a happy butt. Because my butt wants to move and wiggle. What other ungoth confessions do you have? I like unicorns. I like fairies. I like butterflies. I don't mind mermaids much either, but more into butterflies and unicorns, Pegasus, and stuff like that, basically. I'm trying to think of what else is sort of anti-goth or ungoth confession. Oh shoot, I'm trying to think. I'm thinking of this real hard. Let me really just... Oh shit, I can't really think of any other confession. Oh, I hate it when I'm in the middle of a conversation and I know there's something else I gotta be mentioning, but I don't know how to access that part of my brain. It's like brain fart. Let's see. What else would I consider sort of anti or ungoth? Frickin' gosh. Wish I had more to think of. Personally. Oh, frickin'. Hey, man. Oh, well, I do obsess about Sims programs. Oh, another thing is probably another goth's pissed off at me, but I really don't care. I like Twilight, okay? So what big freaking deal? I mean, I can't get through the books. Well, I couldn't even get through the first book. It's like I lost interest in it, but it's like the movies I enjoy, which are different, obviously, but they, in some ways, do go by the books, basically. I mean, I enjoy parts of Twilight. It's just certain parts, on the other hand, are just kind of lame. Like Bella dwelling over Edward. Seriously, I don't want to be reminded of being a female and how weak females can be at times. I'd rather, you know, watch Xena Princess Warrior and gain some inspiration from that. Because Xena reminds you of how strong you could be as a woman. But then Bella is like code-independent and has to rely on a man, and I just don't want to be reminded of that part of the female subconscious. Because every woman has inner Bella in her. And every woman has an inner Xena Princess Warrior or Buffy. Which, by the way, I like Buffy too. I used to watch that a lot. There was a lot of different shows I used to watch as a kid, even cartoons and such. I love Thundercats. I like Snarf. Matter of fact, I gave my cat the middle name Snarf, since his name was, since his first name is Midnight, so I just added Snarf onto it. I know he doesn't really look like Snarf, but hey, I like the name Snarf. I'm going to give him the middle name Snarf. So, and of course, his last name's Forrest because my last name is Forrest and I'm his mommy. It's okay for me to consider my kitty my baby because he is my baby. Well, that, and the whole, preconception of the fact that if you're a goth, you're not supposed to be sensitive and gentle. And I am very sensitive and very gentle and also very empathic, basically. Well, that, and then there's, like, the stereotype of, oh, if you're goth, you're supposed to be satanic. Oh, if you're goth, you're supposed to eye everything. Oh, if you're goth this, or oh, if you're goth that. I'm so sick of that. I mean, even amongst the subculture, it's like there's those misconceptions on what you should be if you are a goth. Oh, and if you're not like this, then you're not goth. Seriously. It's just totally nuts, if you ask me. You can still like other things, still embrace other things, and still be a part of the goth culture. So what big freaking whoopee deal. I'm still trying to figure out what type of goth subculture suits me the best. But if I'd had to guess, I would just assume that I'm just sort of the individual that just wears what she feels like wearing. No, I'm a unique individual. Even amongst the goth subculture, if I really had it my way, I would really stand out. Instead of being like everybody else. Because when I think about it, being a goth individual, I want to be my own individual. But I'm still part of the goth subculture. That's how I see it. Basically. But I will admit this, I do like the whole cyber goth thing. I think that's cool. Even though I do have elements of being a romantic goth in me. Because I find myself drawn to the romantic periods. Romantic eras. Right. And when I say periods, I don't mean a woman's menstruating. I have to add that because I'm bad. Ah, shoot. But when you think about it, the original goth, and if you really don't know much about the goth, the original goth, there was actually a race of people known as the Goths. They came from the Caucasus Mountains, and they were originally blonde and had blue eyes and pale skin. Like Caucasian, white. They're also pretty tall. So that's where the origin of the Goths came from. And pretty much most Caucasians are descended from the Caucasus Mountains. See, I'm not full-blown Caucasian, believe it or not. I have a bit of Native American in me, Cherokee and Mohawk. I have a friend who's actually got Cherokee Indian in her. That's awesome! But I have a very small percentage of Native American in me. I'm not even exactly sure how much Native American I have in me, as far as Cherokee and Mohawk blood goes. I just have, I have the ancestors who were Native American. However, my grandmother, on my dad's side of the family, is like a 41% Native American. And, and then I'm trying to figure out which one I have more percentage of. I think it's the Cherokee Indian. I think I have more Cherokee Indian than I do Mohawk. That's exactly what I think I remember for what my father told me, but yeah. That, and I also have a Jewish ancestor. If you trace my bloodline back far enough, you can find that out. I know, odd, I have a Jewish ancestor. And it was actually a woman, I just don't remember what her name was. But that doesn't make me necessarily Jewish. That just means I have a Jewish ancestor. Big difference. There's like a total difference, I mean. Basically. But yeah, I have a lot of different origins in my bloodline. But if I'd have to guess that most of my DNA consists of Scottish and German, I think. but I do have some Viking ancestry too. But when you think about it, because the Irish and the Scottish, and the fact that I do have some Welsh in my blood, they also have Viking ancestry, so I could have more Viking in my blood than I realized originally. But if you go back far enough, the Celtic people didn't have blonde hair or red hair. They had olive skin, and they had brown eyes. If you go far back enough into their ancestral line, you can find that's what they originally were like. Then the Vikings came along and had children with them. And that's where they got the blonde, and they got the red hair, and they got blue eyes, green eyes, and a paler complexion from, basically. Apparently, I inherit, basically, my Celtic genes. Well, if I had to be more precise, I inherit the whole auburn hair. Naturally, I just dye my hair black. But my hair is naturally auburn. Especially when I was really young. It used to be extremely auburn. And my eyes are a classification of hazel, but they're multicolored. Basically. If you were to really see the color in my eyes, which the camera doesn't really show very good color, and it does not show my eyes off very well. My eyes are mostly green. They have blue in them, and they have a little bit of gray. I think more than just a little bit of gray, but yeah. And they have some brown, and they have a little bit of yellow. Very slight yellow to the point you wouldn't notice it. Even though I think it would be cool to have, like, either lavender or purple eyes. Or bright fluorescent purple eyes. Also, teal would be an awesome eye color to have. I like teal for some reason. I like teal, I like purple, I like lavender, I like black, I like forest green, I like shades of red and shades of blue. You know, so pretty much the whole contrast of the colors I like. But there's one color I cannot stand and I hate with epiphany, and that's yellow. I hate yellow so much to the point I'm going to pick a fight with the color yellow. And I don't know why that is. Why my aggression comes out with the color yellow. I have personal issues. At least I'm honest, okay? Well, maybe I am showing a little bit of pink in my skin color, or maybe the lighting has changed a little bit because of the sun. Sometimes, however, the camera shows me as being very pale. Basically like Snow White. But like I said, if I had it my way, I'd be extremely pale. That's one thing I just cannot stand, is that if you're naturally Caucasian, like if you're born Caucasian, and you like obsessively tan to the point you make yourself look like you're from India, or you make yourself look like you're African American, that doesn't look natural, and it's not healthy, and you'll get severe cancer, skin cancer. And I don't want that. So I try to keep my ass out of the sun. And if I do go out in the sun, I don't tan, I freaking burn. If anything. Or if I do tan, it doesn't last for very long, it fades out of my skin. Basically. But, you know, there's been times I've been out in the sun when it's like really freaking hot. And that's one thing about me, I'm stubborn. If I want to wear black, I don't care how hot it is outside. Or sometimes if I can't tolerate the heat, I'll just stay inside. But sometimes I'll be stubborn and be like, I'm going outside, I don't care. Even though I should probably know better for all that black out in the sun like that. Scotty. You're probably wondering, where I got the whole name Allosaur from? Well, I don't consider that my goth name. I really don't. It's a name from my past life. As a matter of fact. And it means angel. Basically. But, the thing is, I use Allosaur because I feel a strong connection to it, and by nature I am sort of an angel, because, like, I'm an empath, and I'm always helping people out with their problems. My friends often turn to me for advice, and I often comfort them and nurture them. Well, mostly my friend Cherokee. I helped her out a lot emotionally through a lot of crap. Needless to say. I'm not going to say too much, just say a lot of crap happened to her. It's just not right. Long before I even met her. I just don't want to go into too in-depth detail about it. Alrighty. What else do I feel is sort of, ungoth or anti-goth with me? I don't know. Is Drop Dead Fred anti-goth or ungoth? I like watching that movie, okay? I have an inner kid in me. And I like the whole idea of having an imaginary friend. I wish my imaginary friend would all of a sudden come back, like Fred did. With Elizabeth, Freaking, I don't know where my imaginary friend went. Guess as soon as I hit a certain age, she went away. I wish Chloe would come back to me, 'cause I love Chloe's cute purple kitty with a crystal on her forehead. Especially when I'm feeling lonely, I want Chloe. Yes, Chloe was my imaginary friend when I was little. That's the only one I think I remember. I don't know, maybe she was the only one I had. But she was super awesome. But cats always are. Cats are awesome. I'm such a cat person. My best friends are cats. I just don't understand people that hate cats. I don't understand them. I just don't. Now, cat people that are like me, or people that like animals, I understand them. Matter of fact, I'm more likely to get along with somebody who's obsessed with animals. Or kitty cats. I mean, I generally like all animals, but cats are my favorite. Well, there's certain types of canines I like, too. Like, I like pit bulls, I like huskies, like German shepherds, I like boxers, and I like those really big dogs that, the Great Danes. Those are cute. I'm not so fond of really small dogs, though, most of the time, because they're just too yap, 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 yappity, yap, yap. I mean, I like them, I just don't like the fact that they're just too yappity, yap, 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 yap. Or they bark at everything they see. Small dogs are more likely to do that. I know my mom has a rat terrier who barks at everything that moves. Mostly other dogs, or if he sees a squirrel! If he sees a damn squirrel, he'll bark his head off. Actually, that dog tried to jump out a window. Actually, he did jump out a window. Well, my mom was in the car. He jumped out the window while the car was moving. That gave my mom practically a heart attack. Because Gina's like her baby. But that dog is, like, seriously protective of my mom. If I get anywhere near my mom, that dog will bite. Sometimes. Sometimes he's like literally bit me for getting close to my mother. I didn't do anything, I would just get close to her. Basically. But yeah, that's the whole fact of the matter. Trying to think what else that's I know that is ungoth or anti-goth with me. And that's kind of hard. I know I should be getting my ass to bed. I don't know. Is being a night owl a gothic thing? Well, I go through phases where I'm a night owl. I don't always. I should get into a better habit of going to bed early. But I can't get my happy ass to go to bed like I should. And my brain doesn't shut off like it should. My brain, when I try to sleep, it says, fuck you. You ain't sleeping. And then when I try to sleep, when I finally try to get sleep, my little fuckhead cat will knock shit down. And basically then I can't rest for him knocking stuff down. Or fucking around in the shower area. What I mean by that is he takes the shampoo bottles. Well, I one of those feminine wash things, and he's sitting there fiddling with it while I'm trying to sleep. I was like, I just like go in there to see what he was doing. And I was like, "Menoi!" I was like, "You little fucker!" I swear, it was like deliberately trying to keep me from sleeping. You know, if I really can not think about anything else that is anti-goth with me, or ungoth, just that bit. So I'm going to cut this video short. Goodbye.